Hello, hello, crafty friends. Stacy here. So it is not my typical card class day. As you know, I do these card classes the first Saturday of every month. But if you follow me, you will notice that I did update some days for May, June, July, and August. And then starting September, October, November, we go back to the first Saturday of every month. And December, happy holidays, no class. That's what I always do. Anyway, so this is today's class was moved to May 23rd. Then I have June 13th, July 18th, and August 15th. So be sure to make a note of that. I have this posted on my business page, but here we are. I just came back from a 2-week vacation. I was in the lovely Costa Rica. Love it there. So you're going to see lots of scrapbooking because I do have lots of pictures and I'm definitely going to scrap them all. So what we're doing today, I am playing with the new colors. If you have not seen the 2026-2028 colors yet, we have hydrangea hue, crisp cantaloupe, peaceful pine, golden glow, and there is another one, and I opted to not get that color because the pink was so super light. If you remember my Close to My Heart days, a ballerina color, it's even much lighter than that, and I'm sorry I don't have the name right next to me, but I opted not to have that. The cardstock is a great pink, but the ink is just a little bit too light for me, and you'll see when I show you the DSP pack that goes along with this. So today I'm using Balloon Festoon. Here is the stamp set. I used almost every stamp in this card kit except the banner and I think this right here. But I'll be using this. This will be a set that stays in my stash for a long time because let me show you the die cuts. Before we get into the cards, let me show you these die cuts. Very, very versatile. Use these for card making and scrapbooking. I know the image, you might look at this and say, oh, they're small. Ready for this? Look at the size of those balloons. Okay, so you get 7 balloons. You have all those inside pieces. I don't know what they're called. And then you have a double streamer here. Here's a tip. If you notice, I have a number 1 to 7. I do this with a lot of nesting type dies. So this is my numbering system. So I know which one I used. And if you get my tutorial, you'll see if I used balloon 1, 2, 3, and I start counting from the inside out. So if I used balloon 1, it's this 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. That's just a little tip that I do, so that might help you. And if you do pick up my tutorials and I'm using nesting dies, let me show you one of my tutorials. This is actually for this class. And you'll see I've already gone ahead and made my changes. But I noticed, see, it'll say cut balloon pieces, cut to number 1. That would mean the smallest one if you have this set. Now, a special that I'm doing today is this tutorial, free for everyone. No purchase necessary, nothing. All I ask is you comment on my video, give me a like on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, share my video on YouTube. That's it. And you'll get this free. And you know what? Even if you don't do that, you're going to get it free. This will be linked in my description of YouTube for you to go grab my tutorial, which is full color pictures, diagrams, assembly instructions, and there's a link to the video you're watching right now. So I cannot put this out there until I get the video link. So be sure to come back shortly after today's class on YouTube and you will find the link to go download that tutorial for free. All right, that's enough on the set I'm using. I also brought in, of course, my stylish shapes dies. And then a lot of you may have this. I only used it on card one, but I used the Eyelet 3D embossing folder. So you may still have this in your stash. You could really just swap this out with any embossing folder you have in your stash. And let's take a look at the cards. So here's card one. Let me zoom in just a little bit more. Here's card one. So we have those fun elements. Now you'll see here, it's probably hard to pick up. It is, but I do. Yeah, it's hard to pick up. I did emboss with clear embossing powder the stars on the white. You're getting it just a little bit. See it right there, just a little. It's in person, it's a really cool effect, but lots of layers here, and then here's the inside just to do however you'd like. Here's a second card we're making. These are very easy cards that you can replicate, duplicate for any stamp set, die set that you may have, and just easy, simple sketch. So again, however you want to use them. This is where we're going to come into a fun technique. You may have seen me do this before, but this is the packaging tape technique. So if you see the two balloons here and that larger balloon have a shine to it. So I'm going to show you how to make your die cuts become glossy. So it's just instantly glossy. And then we just have a simple Z fold card that you have that hidden balloon behind, and you could either stamp here, leave this blank so you can just write a little message if you want, but just a cool, fun Z fold card. So I will clear off my desk. We're going to start with card one. Let me get all the things. But actually, I did want to show you. So if you pick up my card kits on my website, I have pre-cut card kits. This is what you get in the mail. So on this document here, you would scan that with your phone. When you scan that, that will open up this tutorial, right? And all you could do is email it to yourself so you can view it on your computer or print it out, whatever you prefer. But that brings you to this video on the tutorial. This will, that brings you to the tutorial. And then here's your clickable link that will bring you back to this video we're watching right now. And you could just fast forward through all this. But when you get my card kit, everything you receive is each of the cards, all your dies, if anything's embossed, really all you need to do is watch the video or follow along in the tutorial and you'll create the card. So it's been a while since I showed one of my card kits, so I just wanted to share that. So here's card one. This is what we're going to be making. I'm going to pull out all my bits and pieces here. And we are going to do a little, sorry, I also wanted to show you. I have a lot to show you. Usually I jump right into my classes, but I wanted to go over the papers with you. So this is the 2026 28 in color painted patterns DSP. This comes in a 12 by 12 sheet. You get two of each. It's item number 167755. Okay, so this is the crisp cantaloupe. Again, these come in 12 by 12. You get two sheets of each. So the designs just replicate with a different color. So this is the one. That's the back side. This is the front side. This is crisp cantaloupe. And then this is the front side of one. And then the back side is just different shades of brush strokes. Okay. So that is that. Then you have Golden Glow. Again, same design here. I just cut these down into 4 by 4 squares so it was easier. Here's the Peaceful Pine. I really love this one. And this is in that other pattern. Here is the Hydrangea Hue. Actually, I have these are stuck together. That's the Hydrangea Hue. And then that other sheet. So I cut it, but this is the brush strokes. Okay. And then here is that, I forgot the name of it. Let me look in the catalog. It's terrible that I don't know this. I guess I don't know it because I didn't buy it. Where's the new colors? Well, Stacy, I know I'm terrible. Whatever, whatever. I don't want to waste more time. But anyway, this is the something pink, but look at how light it is. It's so hard. So this, to me, this color is very, very light. Too light for me. I'm going to be honest. That's why I didn't buy it. So look at this side of the page. It's very hard to see. So that's the pink. Let me show you the cardstock. Okay, here's the golden glow in the cardstock. This is the hydrangea hue. This is the crisp cantaloupe. This is that pink. So I'll put them together. It's almost like a white. It's very light. And then the peaceful pine. So that is all of the new in colors for this year, and they will be around till 2028, as you know. Now we will get to creating card one. Let me just get this out of the way. Okay, so we are going to do some embossing. So let me show you. Now, I do want to tell you, here is my panels. Here's that little inside doodad for the, oh, and guess what I did? I cut out larger balloons here. That's okay. We're going to go with larger balloons. I cut out the wrong ones. That's totally fine. We're just going to roll with it today. Okay. So I want to tell you something. For the streamers, we don't need the whole streamer for card one. I just have little pieces of it. Like I use scrap, and you'll see because this is going to be a bigger balloon, so down a little bit more. And inside, I used one, cut it in half, whatever you want to do. But that's that. Okay, so let me just get my bearings together here and the card base. So we are going to stamp on this card. We're going to do all of our stamping first. So we need our inside layer. We need the banner. This will all be cut for you if you pick up the kit. If not, you'll have to create it on your own. We're going to do stamping with clear embossing on that balloon. And that is all the stamping we have. So I just wanted to show you how I cut out the blue with a little scrap. If I grab that die with the streamers, the full size, in one of the cards I needed the whole streamer, and I think it's about 5.5. You need like a 3/4 or a half an inch strip by 5.5 just to get the whole streamer. But because I only needed partial of it, you can take a scrap and run it through your die machine like that. You don't need to use or waste more paper. So just depends on what you think your streamer may be. And then you would just cut that out. So I just wanted to show you that piece of scrap. Okay, so we are going to do all of our stamping first. So for the inside, I have Enjoy Your Day with the hydrangea hue. So I have my blocks that we're going to use. These colors were okay to stamp with. For me, I'm challenged when I get a new ink pad. Sometimes I don't get great impressions. This is just my opinion. I think it's after you use the ink pad more, where you're constantly pounding into it, you do get better ink transfer on your stamp. I don't know, but I'm going to do a test stamp off again, because when I first made my cards and I was stamping, I wasn't getting a great impression. But I think when they dry, it comes out better maybe than when you first stamped it. So, okay, not bad. Enjoy Your Day is going to go. I like to stamp at the top. I don't know why, but I like to put my sentiments sometimes at the top. Okay. Then in here, this is going to be our happy birthday. Again, I always do. Okay. Stamp off. So right in the middle. Perfect. All right. Now we are going to emboss the white balloon. Now, if you want to use a color, silver maybe would look good. Actually, maybe that's what I'm going to do. You are picking up a little bit of the white. The clear on the white in person looks great, but I'm going to keep it. I'm going to do the white, the clear. Hopefully you could see it, but I just want to do it because if you replicate this at home, you will see the results, how nice it looks. All right, so I already have that on my block. We're going to do the stars. on the back here, I have the little circles, but I'll take that off. So we're going to do the stars. I have that on my block. I always use a coffee filter. I have my heat tool ready to go. And what I'm going to do, I have Versamark. I re-inked my Versamark last night, as you can see all the little dots on there. And what I'm going to do is I am going to, so it's going to be a little hard to see. So I want to talk you through. I'm going to kind of use my stamp. See how my stamp doesn't cover everything? But I'm going to go there and then I'm going to turn it around and try to get the top. Okay, and that would be enough. And again, I'm using a larger balloon than my sample. So I apologize, but the tutorial will have the correct smaller one in there. Actually, the bigger one might be better. So we're going to see how it comes out with the bigger one. And I might change the tutorial from the smaller one to the bigger one. So we'll see. I'm going to be stamping off, so I need some scrap right here. Let me put that in here. Okay. All right. Here's my clear embossing powder. And where is my? I'm telling you, I'm out of, I haven't crafted in a while. Like I said, I was out of the country for a couple of weeks, and before going, it was like madness trying to get everything I needed for work done and crafting, and I am very behind, but hey, I like to have my life too. All right, so hard to see. Let me zoom in and see if you could see that. Nah, hard to see, but believe me, it's there. Now I'm going to get my heat tool. Just heat set this moment. And you can fast forward through, because I don't do no fancy editing, friends. Crafty diva doesn't have time for that. Nor do I know how to do it. I just don't have time to figure it out. One day, one day. All right, everything's just about melted here. And again, hard to see, but it does look really cool. I don't know. It's going to be hard to see. Oh, I'm getting some. I'm getting some. You can see it in person. Believe me. All right. I'm not saying that again. You believe me. You believe me. I know you all believe me because I would never lie. Okay. I'm an honest crafter. All right. I think I'm done. Okay. So what we need to do is I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue and I'm just going to put it on the edge of the balloon there. And I'm going to pop the streamer. See, there's a little nugget right there. You're just going to put that. And I should learn better and use my silicone craft mat, which is covered by my tutorial. So that doesn't happen. Okay, so there is the one balloon. All right, now for my blue balloons, I'm just going to put on this little white piece. I don't know what you call these. Does anybody know what you call this part of the balloon? If you do, let me know. I'm going to put it on this side. The little piece points downward. Okay, and then of my longer streamers, I'm going to put it on the longer streamer because that's the balloon that's going to go on the front. You can use a mini glue dot as well here if you want to, but I'm going to have mine sit for a little bit so I could use liquid glue. And then that smaller one, this one might be just a tad too big for the inside, but I'm just rolling with it, right? We are live. I am not going to waste more time, cut more balloons. No. No, no, no. And the overall, it might look nice with the big balloons. We're going to see the difference. Which one I like better. Okay, so we're going to let this dry right now. I'm going to move my silicone mat. Just leave these all here for a minute. And we can get back to creating our card. Okay, so let's just start going. We're going to put the inside layer. All the dimensions for everything will be in in the tutorial. Nothing like checking your tape runner before you go live, right? Okay. If you're here watching with me too, say hi. I'd love to give you a shout out. If you're catching my replay on YouTube, I love finding new friends on YouTube. Okay, so this layer, I do want to pop up with my dimensionals. I want that just a little higher. So we are going to put some foam on the back here, and I have to pull out my foam tape because my nails are just a little bit long. And when I went and got them done after vacation, because when I tell you I needed a manicure so bad, I didn't want her to cut them because I was loving them, um, but typing all week in work, I was jacking up lots of words, and yeah, they're kind of getting in the way. All right, so this we're just going to layer tone on tone. Love tone on tone colors. You know, you need to do that a lot more. All right, so then you have these banner strips. One of them is 7/8 inch wide, one's 1 inch wide, and one's 1 1/8, I believe. So what we're going to do, if you look at this, I have them angled, two the same way, one the opposite way. So you can just kind of set that up however you'd like. But I'm going to cut these right now. A little trick on my snips, I always keep a ribbon on ones that I cut paper and ribbon only so that I know which ones I would use for cutting tape or whatnot. So all you want to do is take one end and snip on an angle. So I'll take two of them and do the same way, and one I'll have go the opposite way. If that makes sense. Nope. I'm gonna go this way. Okay. So, however you want to do it, you can do it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are just going to put these directly onto the paper. I'm going to first kind of line them up. If I want that one there, maybe we'll put this one going that way, and then this one. You know, I told my husband I was doing my card class, but he still calls me. Don't know why. Okay. Am I gonna turn these around just a little bit? That's totally fine. So we are gonna have, nah, I'm gonna still do it the same way. This one, this one's gonna go underneath. I'm gonna do it this, try to get it the same way. And then this one was kind of a little higher, like that. Okay, I think that is good. Okay, so that's kind of how you want to have them laid out. So I'm going to do this one at a time, but I think I'm going to move these two out and do that middle one. So who's before here? Okay, so this, I'll start with this one. Then I'll do this piece. Right, just like that. Perfect. And then this one's going to be just a little bit higher. It went down that way. Okay. Okay, so there's how your strips can be designed, or again, do them however you prefer. Now I'm going to take, again, I'm using bigger, so I have to line this up. Let me get some dimensional on the back. Let me get my dimensional tape. It's just a lot easier for me to use and work with. I get this on Amazon because I use so much of it. Okay, so this is going to go in the middle, right? So we have to line these up now that we have bigger balloons. So we're going to put, this might go over top of the big balloon now. Might just change it up just a tad. And this one's going to go, okay, the big balloon works. We're good. Okay, so we need foam on the back of both of them. Let's see, I don't see anything. Okay. So that's going to go just like that. Perfect. Good. So I'm gonna stick this one down, and I'm using because I use the bigger balloons. If you could see, I'm not going over my card, so I'm going to use each corner of that as pretty much like a guide. So we're going to put that kind of right where it was. And just put it down, just like that. So we're kind of building backwards this one, and that is totally fine. So we're going to have that there. And then this one we'll only use, do we want to put, hold on, just doing something. No. Let me see, we'll have a smaller one cut out already. Hold on, we might be okay. Just for this card. Nope, that's a good one. This is the one we were supposed to be using. So I need a white one. Okay, and look what I got in my, when I was playing around, I do have a little one, but it's stamped with stars. So just for this, we're going to use, where should we use that one? It's already embossed. See how I embossed that one? Decisions. Okay, we're going to use the blue one again. That's all right. I think I'm just going to roll with the blue one for this card. Just changing it up, but you get the idea. You saw you saw what techniques we had to use. Yeah, I'm totally cool with this one. Going like this. And I do need a little streamer though. I do need a blue streamer, and I don't think I have one. So let me see what I can do. I don't have one. All right. We're just going to put this balloon right there with no streamer right now. Unless, do I not need? Okay. Whatever. I don't want to mess up anymore. But I'm just going to put this one down. No worries. And I will add a streamer after class. And then this one, again, should be a small balloon. So I'm going to grab, do I have another blue small one? No. We could put a big one in here. It's totally fine. Just for, but I don't like the big ones. So I'm going to, and that's all you do there. Take this now, maybe put it, this is how we perform surgery and make things work. I'm going to put it underneath, just like that. So I have a little streamer now, right? And then snip it off. So I think I covered myself up well, but I do like the smaller balloons better. So in your kit, on your tutorial, it is the smaller balloon, but at least you see how I did all the techniques and put everything together. Okay, so we are going to move on now to card 2. Let me get this out of the way. All right, this is card 1. Hopefully everything goes smoother. Here is card 2. Get all that's out of the way and just clean up a little bit. Okay. So don't move all of these bits and pieces. As I'm playing with the set, I cut out a lot of different ones and I keep it on my desk, the die cuts to that set, because if I do need something. So like this now that I made, I'm not going to waste this. It's going to go in my stash. And used for another project because I'm going to, like I said, I'll be using this more and more. So now we're going on to the crisp cantaloupe, and inside, just a simple sentiment. This, we're going to do some second generation stamping, putting those dots on there also with some gold embossing powder, and then making this fun sentiment like that. So let me zoom out. Here is the card we're going to be working on. I'm going to get all my bits and pieces out. Okay. And get the stamps ready to go that I need. I think I lost a stamp along the way here. Okay, we're gonna need the balloon stamp, those dots, hip hip hooray, and then we're gonna need happy birthday here. Let me clean happy birthday. So we're gonna use a different color. Okay, so here's all my stamp sets. All right. And we got our pieces. I first want to give you a tip. So again, if you get my tutorial, if you get my card kit, you will have 2 balloons die cut out already. But if you're making it yourself, this is the square piece size that I call for. What I would do first is what I'm going to show you, but I have 2 ready to go for the sake of the card to put them together, but I'm going to show you the technique so that you can do this, but so that I don't have to waste time, I'll be ready to go. So I want to show you second generation stamping so that you could do this. I do second generation a lot, a lot. Also, I want to show you that if you pick up my card kit, you will get your streamers of this color glitter. This is not a Stampin' Up. This is from my stash from my Close to My Heart days. If any of you remember the color melon, I think it pairs beautifully with crisp cantaloupe. So if you get the card kit, you will have your streamers cut out like this. But in the tutorial, it says optional glitter streamers, use something from your stash. So you may have something, but I just want to let you know that you might be looking at this saying, where's that glitter paper from? So I just wanted to clarify that. So what you're going to do for second generation stamping is I am going to grab my crisp cantaloupe, and this is that balloon stamp. I'm going to first do a test stamp. Okay. It's a test stamp. See how it looks like that? I'm telling you, I felt I wasn't getting great impressions, but this is how that dries. So, all right. So second generation is exactly what it means. This is first generation. So ready? We're going to do first generation. Without inking again, I'm going to make another balloon. And it's lighter. So see, you have first generation, second generation, just like I have here. First generation, second generation. All right, and then I went ahead, when that fully dried, I went and took the dot that comes out of the stamp set, and I just used my embossing buddy because I only want it to stay where it should. I used my Versamark ink and gold embossing powder. Stamp this, and I just needed 1 stamp inside the balloon. We'll do that one, and I'll do this one. Okay. Then you're gonna sprinkle the embossing powder. I like to shake it around, get in all the little grooves in. Let me just clean. Hold on a second. I'm gonna wipe that off. I don't think I think it's because mine is still wet. Let's do that again. Because my embossing powder is sticking to the balloon a little. Yeah, see, because my ink was still a little wet, but You all know how to do the heat embossing, so I don't have to repeat that right now, but you would just stamp that and heat set that. I apologize. I don't know why. I guess it's because I'm trying to stamp, I'm putting Versamark over the ink and it was still a little wet. So, but this is what you will get if you follow that technique. Stamp once, stamp twice, let it completely dry a few minutes, maybe put your card together and then come back and then do that embossing over top of it. And that will give you a wonderful result. Okay, so for the inside, we are just stamping Hip Hip Hooray with our crisp cantaloupe. Let me clean that. So we had a different color on there. No, we didn't. I didn't use this one. Don't you just love crafting and when we make mistakes? Hey, it just shows how human I am. I don't try to be something that I'm not. We all mess up. And again, it's been a while since I crafted, so I'm a little bit rusty. Okay, so this is going to go inside there. Let's just keep building as we go along, make it easier for us. Okay, so building that front, all you want to do is put your pieces here together, just like that. And you're gonna have about a quarter of an inch all around. Let me zoom in so you can see. Just like that. And then this gold strip here is gonna close off that seam. So Stacy does not like seams. So again, if you follow me, anytime there's gonna be a seam, something butting up together, you're always gonna see a strip of glitter or foil from me on there. So what I'm gonna do is just put touch of runner here. So this one could stay in position as my guide, right? So that can go there. Then I can sew this one up. Get it lined up right there. And now I can pull this one off. Okay. Just like that. And then we're going to grab that strip, get some ink, get some adhesive on that, and then cover that seam up. All right. Now, for our sentiment on the front, this is what you're going to start with. And you're going to stamp that with your happy birthday. I'm going to show you using the crisp cantaloupe. Then you're going to cut it in two so that you have two pieces. Okay, but you want to trim off maybe a little bit more if you want. Okay, so happy birthday, kind of go right in the middle. Just like that. Now, if you want to make yours smaller, this is where I would just take my snips or my trimmer, which I'm just going to do it on my trimmer. So we have nice edges. First, what I'm going to do is cut this right down the middle. Let me zoom in so you could get it. Oh, I am zoomed in. Let me zoom in. Something happened. There we go. All right, now you see it better. So we zoom in. Boom. See how I just cut that right down the middle? But now I don't want my tails to be so long, so I'm going to snip off a little bit there. Okay, just like that. And do that same thing. Maybe right about there. Okay, and you can do this with your scissor, but I want to have nice crisp edges. So, hold on, I'm get this out of the way. And this is what you're going to be left with. And I probably could have taken a little bit more off. Let me just show you. You could do it with your scissor, but how I would do this is I would keep my scissor completely over it so that it doesn't move. And it's a nice Nice, even looking. Let's do this one too. Okay, so see, you can do it with your free hand. Now what you want to do is take happy and put it over here, right? And birthday, just offset that a little bit and put that kind of right there, just like that. And then you're going to attach your streamers to your balloons. So let's do that. I'm going to use dots, little micro dots, just so we don't have to wait for the glue to dry. Easier if I work. Let's do this. Let's put the dot on the balloon. Perfect. Need another one. Do I have another one? No. Okay. So now you can put your streamers, and I cut the entire streamer, as you could see. So it's the whole length of the streamer there. And this one, let's just close that out. Right about there. Perfect. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I want to layer these on top of one another. So this one's going to go down first. I'm just going to place it right there. And we'll trim the edges. And this one's going to kind of go right there. So we're going to get that one down first. I'm kind of judging by like where I see the dots around as my placement here, because this is just going to go straight down to the paper, right? Just like this. So I'm thinking right about there. Let's get the birthday out of the way. Just like that. And then this one is going to layer a little bit over. It's okay if it goes on your gold there, but however you want to do it. So I'm going to layer that one just a tad. And move this down just a bit. That's 1 second. I'm going to fix this. I just messed that up. I'm going to have to put that on such. Okay, let me just get the balloon on first. And I'll do the string. Pulling it off. Wow, I got to perform surgery on all of my cards today. All of my cards. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so this one's going to go right about there. Okay, I need to get, we're doing a little bit more surgery again. So we're going to need liquid glue. We're going to put a dot right there to get my little cover back on that I'm going to need my tweezers that I accidentally pulled off with my rough hand. Stacy's just a little too rough, but you're never going to even know. No one will know, right? There's that part. Here's our streamer. We're going to get some adhesive on it. And then we're just going to put it on. That's it. No one will ever know. Right? Who knows? Who can even tell? Nobody. Okay. Oh my goodness. All of my comments finally came up. Hey, Susan. Hey, Janice. Hey, Jean. Hi, Mom. Hi, Doreen. Yes, this is Balloon Festoon. Barely blush. Thank you. Thank you, Jean. Barely blush. It's a little too bare for me. I thought it was like bashful pink or something. That's what I was thinking. Um, I know, Doreen, I should have used that. Listen, I'm just out of my sorts today, Crafton. All right, now you just want to trim your streamers. And you want to get those sentiments on there. So happy over here. Happy over here. Birthday over here. I don't know why I couldn't see my comments before. So weird. Okay, and here's birthday. And birthday is just going to go over those two. Okay. And Doreen, if you're still here, I was thinking about you today, thinking if you were going to go to the beach and I was going to call you, but I think it might be raining in Jersey. Okay, so now what we need is our crisp cantaloupe. Love these. These are the 26, 28 in color dots. And guess what? I think I forgot to put them on this card, the hydrangea blue. I did, but that's okay. I'm going to redo that card. So here's the crisp cantaloupe. We need to put a few here. So I have a big one on happy. And we're going to put another one here. Right there. And then we're going to put a big one and a smaller one here. Okay. That is card 2. All right. And when the video gets up on YouTube, I'll fast forward. You can fast forward through a lot, but I will add chapters for card 1, 2, 3, 4, so you can just jump to it quickly. But here's card 2. So now we are moving along to card 3. Let me get this out of the way and bring in card 3. Oh, fun. This is where we're going to do the Scotch tape, packaging tape technique. So, and please don't run out, Stacy. I think I have plenty. I have enough for today, but I do have to buy more. So this is what I'm using. I have the 1.8 inch width. All right. We are going to need our happy birthday stamp and enjoy your day. So let's get them cleaned up. So again, this technique could be used with any die cut. What it does is it makes your die cuts instantly shiny. Remember, we used to put like liquid glass and all of that stuff over our die cuts. We don't have to do that anymore. You can just use packaging tape. It's 55 degrees. I'm sorry, Doreen. It's about 90 here. It is total Florida hibernation weather. So after class, I am going in my pool for about an hour just to keep up my nice Costa Rican tan. But that's it. That is about it that I'm doing outside. All right, this is our inside. So let's get our pieces out. All right. I actually love this golden glow color. So this I used from my stash. Again, if you get the card kit, you will get a bow that I make for you, but you might have this in your stash. This is the golden stripes ribbon. So that's what I use. I don't think it's available anymore, but that's what I use. Here's another stylish shapes. This is our inside layer. I'm going to show you how to do the masking tape, Scotch tape packaging tape technique there. This is for my inside and this is for my front. Let's get our inside stamped up. So we said enjoy your day. I want to get all this out of the way so we can move to the technique. All right. So enjoy your day is going to go here. And happy birthday is going to go there. This is a nice color. It's between, it's a gold, definitely a nice golden color. Look at that, my head's in the way. Sorry about that. Okay. Enjoy your day. And then happy birthday. I wish you were here, girl. I miss you. Can you please come here again? I know you were just here, but we didn't get to see each other. And hey, I know you heard about Kyle Busch. Crazy, crazy. May he rest in peace. That is horrible. 41 years old. Okay. As you can tell, my girlfriend is a race car fan, so she knows what I'm talking about. I know everybody heard about it too. Okay, we got all of our stamping done, so we can get this out of the way. Actually, let's get these adhered down so we can just move this card quickly along because I'm going to have to do some die cutting. I don't have that out already. and ready to go. So I wanted to do it live on camera. So you're just going to adhere this down. We can absolutely adhere this to our card front already. We don't have to wait for our balloons. Doreen, girl, when are you going to start crafting? You love watching me, but you don't craft. I got to get you over to my side, girl. It's very therapeutic. So, what is the reason that you craft? Tell me in the comments. Um, my why, right, is I started crafting about 25 years ago. And when I had my daughter's going to be 27, and I started making photo albums. So I started with scrapbooking, but um, I turned into card making. And over these last 20 years, it's just been therapeutic for me. I have a crazy full time job that I've been in this area for as long as I've been crafting. I think I'm in my 26th year in banking. Um, and it's just therapeutic for me. So it keeps me sane. And that's why my Saturdays are devoted to crafting. Better watching. Oh. One day, one day. Okay, so how do we do the packaging tape technique? So all we're going to do is, so this is the base, like our card base that we're using, and I'm going to need number 3, I believe it is. Nope, we're going to need, this is number 2. So number 2, and maybe it's 4. Is it this one? No, sorry, wrong one again. It's 4. Okay, so we're going to use balloon 4 and balloon 2. So what I'm going to do is my tape is not wide enough for the one. So you can't even see, but I have 2 pieces of packaging tape. They just butt up perfectly together. So all you want to do is cover your cardstock with your packaging tape. That's it. Just cover it, but it can't hang over and you can't flip it underneath. Any excess that hangs off, you have to cut off because if you cut it underneath, it's going to be sticky when you die cut it. Okay, so all I do is I just put whichever way you want to go, that way or this way. I'm going to go the long ways, and I'm just going to try to cover with no bubbles. See, and it was like I did that in one motion. Now, yeah, it stuck to my desk, but that's okay. I'm going to pick it up there permanently. Then this next one, because I have more cardstock, let me zoom in a little bit. Might be better. Okay, so you can see where my tape ends. All I'm going to do, because I'm using a big die, I'm kind of just butting it exactly up to where it goes. There you go. Perfect against that seam, and you really can't see anything. Then I'm going to get this off my desk. Now, like I said, you cannot flap this over. So I'm going to use my scissors that I cut adhesive with. I'm just going to cut off, I'm just going to go in the cardstock because I know I have a little give here to make it easier. I'm just cutting that off. Just like that. And just throw that away. So now, this is my bigger balloon. I'm just going to die cut that now through my machine. Okay, let's do this one. And I think we're going to do the same thing. So here, make sure we have none. I want them fully sitting them. Wow, did I just waste a lot of packaging tape? Okay. And same deal, butt that up. Okay. Okay, just like that. And again, don't be so wasteful like me, but cut off all the edges. Okay, now we have, see how it's glossy? So now you just die cut what you need. So I'm just going to use my electronic machine that's right here and faster. And I'm going to put the big one there. And then I'm going to cut one. Be right back. Sorry for the noise. Oh, I'm therapy for you. Love you. I love you, girl. I miss you. Okay. And then if you need to put it through 2 times, no, I think we're good. Just gotta pop it out. Okay, and I'll do a close-up when we get there. And then we're gonna cut another one out. Just like that. And we only need one big one. Let me do this one. Love packaging tape. It's just so easy for giving that shine on your die cuts. Okay. So now that we did that, if I zoom in, look at edge to edge shine. And you don't even see where I butted up the 2 pieces of tape. Love this. Okay, this one is going to go flat on our card base just like that. So let's get that down. Kind of right in the center there. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to put foam adhesive on the back of the banner. Okay, so I'm just lining this up, and we're going to have foam on the back of each one of these balloons. Okay, we are moving right along, and part 4 is going to be quick. It's a simple Z fold. Okay, so I'm going to line this up kind of how I want them for placement. We're going to go like that. And then this is going to go on under. So I want the tails of the balloons on top. It really doesn't matter. It's just Stacy being Stacy. So I'm going to put my sentiment down first. So I'm just trying to visualize there. So that looks about right. 1.5 rows of dots. I use my DSP as whatever papers I'm using that have designs on them. I use them for placement and measuring. Okay, so about right there is where I want that. And then one's going to go here because now I feel like it's easier than to build that part. And if I want them in more, that's how I want them. So I'm going to do one. Like that. This one. Well, I'm glad, Doreen, that I'm therapeutic for you. And that is the point. I'm doing that because I'm doing what I do because I love to bring my passion for crafting to others. So knowing that it's therapy for you, that's all that matters for me. And then my bow's going to go in the middle. So I'm going to use glue dots for this. Oh, and a fun project I'll be doing, and I'm going to record it. My daughter and her boyfriend are going to be saving for a wedding fund. I know, I'm not ready for all this, but she asked if I would make a shadow box for her, like a fun shadow box that they can start putting money in and they can have it in their house. And if anyone comes over, they can contribute to it. So I ordered some things that I let her look in the catalog that she liked. And we're going to make a shadow box soon. So that'll be fun. Okay, now all we need to do is grab those Golden Glow enamel dots. Just put a few here. And speaking of my daughter, I have her dog here and my dog here, and it's so quiet. I hope everybody's good in there. Okay, so that is card 3. Masking tape, packaging tape, whatever you want to call it, technique. It's definitely not masking tape. So fun, right? Okay, so we will move on to our 4th and final card. Let me just clean up a little bit. Let me get the stamps out that I need. We are going to use You Did It, and we are going to use the, where we were doing the stars for the inside of the balloon, this is like dots. And it looks like this. So this is card 4 that we are going to do. All right, so let's bring out our balloons. I have the right size balloons cut today. I am going to need some scrap paper. Let me see if I have something close right here. I do. I have this. Okay. So I'm going to emboss first. So I'm going to take my embossing buddy and rub it all over the balloon. This just has like baby powder in it, cornstarch, whatever. So it powder doesn't get, I mean, embossing powder doesn't stick where you don't want it to. All right. Where are we going with this? All right. So I'm going to use my Versamark ink, gold embossing powder I need. Where is my I already have some gold in there I didn't put away. What I'm going to do is randomly stamp, and you'll see. So this stamp set, look at those dots. They're like into one another. There's no rhyme or reason to the pattern. Maybe that, there you go. That might look better. See? So that's why some are overlapping. Just randomly put some dots around the paper there. Okay. Some are going to be off the balloon. That's totally fine. And I know you can't see this right now, but you will. Okay, that might be good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the, where is my, here it is. Call this my third hand, right? My tweezers. I'm going to take this, get some powder on there, embossing powder. It's better not stick. I don't know why it was sticking on the other one. I mean, the powder better stick, but not in the places I don't want it to stick. Okay, no, that's good. I don't know what was wrong with that. I think it was because I was stamping on just stamped ink. Oh, we need some more. This is what I mean about like sometimes I like to, because did you see how those holes weren't like filled in? So I like to run it around so the embossing powder goes over all the sticky spots. That's better. Yeah, it's a lot better. And then let me tell you, sometimes you get little smudges, right? So I have, this one's a little big. Okay, this. I have like, if this was a bigger area, I could go like that. But I have these, I don't, my mom sent them to me. They're like, I don't know, these Q-tips. And I just like, if I have some powder was in places I didn't want it to go, I try to like move it around with this, loosen it up, and then and get it off. And then everything's good and new. That is the side of a balloon right there. Let's see if we can get some. Okay. So now I want to heat set this. So let's do that. Actually, let me get so we don't have a disaster. That would be funny as hell for all of you watching, but not for me. If I started my heat gun and this went everywhere. Because one thing that's not allowed in my craft room is loose glitter. Any of this kind of stuff, I could deal with embossing powder, but glitter, no. Oh, hell no. No way. No, no, no way at all. Okay, so now we can heat this. Gee, I make it look easy. I wish. Thank you, but I try to craft easy, right? I don't want to do anything that's so hard that someone would not be able to duplicate. I watch some of these crafters on YouTube and everything. Like I have, my favorites as well. I'm a crafter as well. And sometimes people get like crazy and like you need 100 products or just so you need like rocket science to figure out their tutorial or it's just not easy. Okay, so I'm just going to let this sit for a few minutes, okay, and just let that dry. And we're going to move on to other parts of the card and we'll come back to that. Okay, so what I want to tell you, I realize that this card doesn't have anywhere for you to write a sentiment, right? So because I used green, it's really hard. So my suggestion is using a what are they called? These the like a scrapbooking pen. If you have a black one and you can write in here around your balloon and it will be hidden. Or what I'm going to do is for this card, I'm going to not stamp the balloon. I'm going to leave the balloon blank. And that could be where I just say happy birthday with my own handwritten, um, uh, with a pen. Or if I just want to put up here small, like to somebody from me, kind of, I can do that. So I'm just going to leave the balloon blank with no stamping. Okay. So what this is a simple Z fold, right? It's 8.5 by 5.5. We're scored at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. So then you would close and burnish. Here it is. And then this top flap, you just fold this way. So that just gives us a simple Z fold, just like that. All right. So again, this part is going to be super easy. So all we need to do here is put that piece down. And put this right in here and leave a little bit of the edge around. Okay. So now we're going to take this piece here and I'm going to put it at the edge there and we're just going to flap over the back. See how that's flapped over? So I'm going to put ink in all of this. Right there. Turn it over. Just like that. Okay. So now I'm going to take my balloon. I'm going to come in with my peaceful pine. And I'm going to take a blending brush onto this very, very lightly. Might even have some on my, no. So I'm inking up my brush. And then I'm going to do testing. Right now, see that I was pressing so light But that's why I don't go right to my project. Because when you start, the bristles in the brush, some have more, right? I don't like that. So I like to get a lot of it. It makes no sense, right? I put a lot on my brush, but then I like to get a lot off my brush because there will be ink on this brush for an hour if I went like this. Okay. So now I'm going to do it again. See the difference? See, but it's still giving me some harsh lines there. So I'm just going to keep going till I get to where I'm good with that. That's what I'm good with. Now I'm going to go over my balloon, and I don't want to get my fingers on this, so I'm just going to use a piece of scrap and put scrap on there, but don't hit the paper because you'll have a straight line. We'll see what I mean. So I'm going to go off the page and then onto my balloon. And it's okay that the edges are getting darker. I actually want that. Okay, so now I'm going to turn my balloon and ink up the rest. I hope that makes sense with the ink, why I do that. Because for me, I have more of a blended look. I have more of a blended look and not so many of those harsh lines. What would my balloon look like if, right? Much different, much softer. That's what I prefer. Okay, so that's it for the inking there. And since the reason why I'm okay leaving the sentiment off my balloon for the inside is because I did stamp, emboss on the card, which I was really scared to do that. I'm not going to lie. I'm that crafter that is afraid to stamp on your scrapbook page. And like this made me a little nervous. I don't know why, but we're going to put, you did it. We're going to definitely use our embossing buddy because we don't want ink staying where it shouldn't. I'll just stick way too much right there. That's okay. I'm going to use my Versamark ink if I could find it. Where did it? Here it is. I'm going to get, you did it. Nice and inked up. We're just going to stamp right there. Okay, I'm going to bring this back in. Some gold embossing powder. If you did this with even silver, it'd look great too. Okay. Make sure it gets in all the little grooves. Tap, tap, tap. You did it? Okay. I did it. Yay. And then put this away. Oh, and another thing I'm going to be learning is how to stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. That's coming. What did I do here? I got a little smudgy smudge. Okay, so we're just going to heat set this. You'll see the magic happen. You guys, next month, June's class. I haven't designed it yet. I'll be working on that today and next weekend. But let me show you what we're going to be making. I don't, not the cards, but here is my I'll show you the stamp and thin cut I'm going to use. Oh, sorry, I get so many squirrel moments. We are going to be playing with next month. Relaxing waterside dies and relaxing waterside. That's what it's called. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see this better. Okay, this is the stamp set we're going to be using. Y'all know this is up my alley, and this is what I'm going to be doing. Lots of scrapbook layouts with. Here's the dies. Look at, love it, love it. This. Oh wait, look at these. These are the trinkets. They're loose anchor trinkets. Look at this. Sorry, we'll get back to the card. I just got sidetracked. I don't know why. Look at this. Love them. Okay, so this is next month. Lots of scrapbooking with this. I'm going to be using the Waterside Retreat DSP. This is what I'm going to be using. Let's see if I can show you real quick fronts and backs. Oh yeah, my husband did lots of fishing in Costa Rica, so we'll be using that. Cutesy, cutesy. Look, love it. Love. Right? So a lot, oh, and the wood grain back there. Ah, you got to get this. You got to get this. That's what we're using next month. All right, back to the card. Okay, I did it. Excuse me. Okay, now we're going to take this balloon and, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. This card, I die cut the balloon out. So I used the balloon, I half dyed the Z, and then I put this balloon on top of it. As I was thinking, I was like, why is it got to be so hard? And then we have to have a cut in here. When it's on your desk, no one's ever going to see it. Why do we have to do all that? So I was like, I don't need to make the cut. All I need to do is make it an illusion. So, okay, now I told you there's a die there. But if I didn't tell you that I die cut, that I ran the balloon halfway through to make that, you'd never know. Look, so that's why I was like, it'll work the same, just having a balloon like that. Well, what's different? Why do we need to cut? And now you have more space to write if you wanted. Okay, so all we're going to do is be mindful of which side you need your adhesive. So I need adhesive on this side of my balloon. I'm just going to kind of go halfway down my balloon and like on some of the, just like that, half of my balloon has adhesive on it. And then I'm just going to put it halfway on my Z, just like that. A lot easier. I was like, why do they have to deal with all of that? And there you go. Now, if you didn't want that to look like that, you can put another balloon there. And then this could be, actually, we'll do that because I have three. If you want to put that there, and then maybe you could stamp on this one and have a hidden message there. Oh, Stacy, you're such a smart cookie. I just cracked myself up. So let's do that. I just thought of that while I was right here with you. All right. Look. No, you can't do that. Okay, so that's why. Stacy, hurry up, take it off. Reverse, reverse. Can't do that because then you can't open it. Okay, there's a reason why. Don't do that. I'm not so smart after all. Now, because I have a little bit of adhesive on the back here, where is my rub and erase thing? Right here. I just want to make sure y'all remember these. I still have something close to my heart. Um, now that I got ink on the back, I just want to take that off so it doesn't stick. No worries at all. I didn't ruin anything. Okay. So don't do that because it won't work. You won't be able to open it. All right. So now this balloon under here, how did I get that there? Here's my trick. I put a dot of adhesive, little dot, on the back side of it. What I did was I lined it up with my balloon, held it, closed it. See? Like that. I only put a little piece of tape adhesive just to show you what we were going to do, and now I'm going to do it the real way and put a lot of adhesive. But I just did that to show you what we were going to do. Because if I messed up, like you only got one shot really doing this. So be careful, right? Maybe we'll do it like this. Line it up. Okay, this might be good. And maybe hold it with something. Like I'm going to use my third hand. And I'm just going to hold this right there. I know it's perfectly lined up. And nope, I'm just gonna do it with my hand and I'm closing that. Okay. Ready? To Doreen's point, she thinks I make it look easy. Let's see. Can't even see the white. There's your hidden message. Okay. So stamp or write there. If you choose to use this color, maybe if you use a super light color, you'll be able to write on that. Now, I have a little smudge there I'm not happy about, but I still have to put my dots. So what we're going to do is how we're going to fix that is we might put a third dot or we're just going to try to cover it and see how it works. So I'm going to put a large one. There you go. Covers it. No one will ever know. And we're going to do, and we'll put one here. I need a large one there. There. Okay. So that is card 4. Super easy. So again, that to me was a heck of a lot easier. You could do this with any die cut, swap out balloon for whatever you want, than doing like a swing. Like I don't know why we needed to do that. And I figured it was easier doing it that way. All right, Stacy's done. I'm rambling. I went an hour and 20 minutes today, and that's because I had a lot to go over in the beginning. Remember, this class is absolutely free. Unless you want my pre-cut card kit, it is absolutely free for you. Give me till later this afternoon. This will be uploaded. Go back to YouTube. I'll put a post out there when it's there because I'm going in the pool now. I need to take a break. I need to eat some food. But this is free for everybody. No purchase necessary. I sell my tutorials for $10, but as my gift for you, thank you for following me. All I ask, like I said, I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. Find me on YouTube at Crafty Diva USA. Comment on my videos, like my videos, share my videos. That's what helps me. Facebook, not so much. I need to grow YouTube. So that's what I'm giving everybody this month. And thank you. Thank you. And thanks for watching me. Everybody who stuck with me the whole time. Card 1, card 2, card 3, and card 4. This is my in color class. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you recreate this. I hope you pick up my tutorial. And if you're in my crafty group and you do get the tutorial and you remake these using different paper and different stamps, I'd love to see it. So be sure to post your projects. All right, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Happy crafting. If you're in the local Florida area, be sure to reach out to me because I'm going to start doing kit parties in my home. So thank you so much. Love to all and have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care now.